Where do I even begin with this fucking video?
That's for you people that seem to think I'm a little guy.
Trust me, you're getting another gym video. There's an odd light. Do you see it? Boom, right there on my chin. See that? Now it's gone. It's like some weird reflection with the camera and the light. So it's there. See? Look at that. See that? Can you see it? It's on my nose. Now it's under my eye. Now it's on my chin. Now it's gone. Can't do nothing about it, guys. That's what happens when I move in this area. Obviously, I'll have to eventually have a real YouTube channel with real lighting. But until then, Wii U, check. Drink, check. Favorite straw because I'm a dick, check. Might need the fleshlight, check. I still don't have a tripod, Rich. Don't worry, the girlfriend's not holding my camera. She only put 7 inches in her hand, which works for me. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, that's not a replica. Okay, so this video is called Disappointed with Gaming This Fucking Community. Doesn't read too well. Disappointed with the gaming community. That would have been better. Disappointed with gaming this fucking community. And then has a woman flipping the bird. Okay. Well, that's interesting. You know what I'm disappointed in? Mixed messages. And before we get started with this video, I'd just like to say, fuck you, Jay. And I really, really mean that. Here's the problem with this video. I had to listen to it on the way home. I listened to it while I ate breakfast with my girlfriend. And she even questioned why the fuck I was listening to this. And then I came home and I had to listen to it again. And now I'm gonna have to listen to it a third fucking time to make this video. Can I wrap it up in 30 minutes? God, I hope so. This guy's video was 30 fucking minutes. And I had to listen to it 2 times before this. And before anybody gets confused and types me this.
Mom, I don't understand why he cares so much. Why do you care so much? You spent all this time making this video. You must care.
You do realize I have a fucking channel where I have to entertain people. Which means I'm making the fucking video for entertainment. Can you please stop for 2 fucking seconds and rub 2 of your goddamn brain cells together? Thanks. I just appreciate that before you slam your dick and your elbows down in the comments section. Trust me, I've got notes. So you might see me doing this, maybe a little this, okay? Deal with it. In case you were wondering, I can hear my neighbor's fucking television again.
Mom, he's wasted 3 minutes and he haven't even got us started with the video, Mom. Mom, I can't speak, Mom.
And Microsoft, the thing I'm disappointed with them the most right now, which Phil Spencer said, yeah, they're working on AAA titles. I get that. But they don't put the same effort. You know what I'm saying? That's my only problem with them is they don't do the same effort. But I know right now they're trying to do so much, especially with trying to combine PC with console and stuff like that. They're doing so much. And I know the AAAs will eventually come out. But that's one thing I like about Sony the most is a lot of their AAAs are just fucking stellar quality games. And what's up, gamers? I know you saw the title, man, frustrated with gaming. And pretty much mad about everything that's going on in this community, man. And I posted that picture yesterday. I don't know if y'all actually saw it on Twitter, where I corrected an IGN statement. Now, this whole generation has been back and forth, and it's been a way to design things where everything was anti-Microsoft. And I have not figured out for the life of me why this generation has been anti-Microsoft.
Let's stop right there. He can't figure out for the life of him why this generation has been anti-Microsoft. TV sports, TV sports, TV sports, TV sports, TV sports, sports connect. Oh, and don't forget the 24-hour fucking check-in. I just don't understand why this generation has been anti-Microsoft. That's peculiar.
And I have not figured out for the life of me why this generation has been anti-Microsoft. Now, we had console wars last generation. And when the console war last generation was going on, it was all about the games, the titles, who had the better exclusive, blah, 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 blah. There was never an argument about 1080p versus 720 versus 900 versus whatever. This generation started with that. It started with a resolution war. Oh, who has 900p, upscaling, checkerboard. Everything was anti-gaming. And Microsoft comes in and says, okay, let's eliminate that portion of it. We have a 4K system, does everything. And now the PlayStation, again, is at the bottom of the totem pole as far as power. And now everybody still says, oh, well, the PS4 is still better because checkerboard, blah, 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 blah. But you just said the opposite of that was messed up. You just said that when the original Xbox One was upscaling games from 900p to 720 to a 1080, that it's not native. It's not native. It's not native. Okay, the PS4.
Let's stop right there. First off, dumbass, okay? 900p upscaled on an Xbox One S, all right, is a little different than, clearly we're talking about checkerboarding, so we're clearly talking about a PS4 Pro, than playing a game on a PS4 Pro checkerboard rendered, okay? So they're not taking a game at 900p and then checkerboard rendering out to 2160. They're not doing that. They're taking a game, let's say like Gran Turismo, okay, at 1800p and then checkerboard rendering the rest of the way to 2160p, right? So that's a lot different than a game at 900p on the regular Xbox console when that same game is 1080p on the PlayStation 4 vanilla console. And then the Xbox One S just giving it a regular upscale. That's the biggest fucking difference. There's a kind of a difference there, right? Are we following me? And for you Xbox One fans that can't follow this, I'll use a perfect example. Let's say Forza wasn't 1080p 60 frames per second on the regular Xbox, which it is. Regular Forza, not Horizon. We know that's 30 frames per second. So let's say Forza on the regular Xbox can only do Xbox or Xbox S. Let's say it could only do 900. But on an Xbox One X, let's say it could do, I don't know, pick a resolution and then upscale it, right? So Forza at 900p upscaled on just a regular Xbox would be just Forza upscaled. But playing Forza at 1080p on your Xbox One X and getting your 4K assets is a lot different. And that game's actually going to be at 4K. But if it was checkerboard rendered up from 1800p, would we really be making a big deal about that? I don't think we would, okay? So you're comparing apples to oranges? Is that the right saying? What are you talking about? 900p on regular Xbox to checkerboard rendering, which is completely different than regular fucking Xbox One S upscaling. And if it wasn't different, then we wouldn't be getting an Xbox One X that can also do 4K and checkerboard render.
Hey, it's not native, it's not native, it's not native. But yet, you're accepting it. You're okay with it. When Microsoft did it, it was not okay.
So right there, he's saying that something about no native. They both have native 4K. The difference is Xbox One X is extremely more powerful and probably going to have more 4K games that aren't like soccer or sports or some little independent game like on PlayStation 4 Pro, right?
What that is, that's contradictory. That's a bunch of BS. Because it's amazing that no matter what Microsoft does, it's not right. It's not right. Sony can continue to screw us over this generation. It's okay. It's okay. It's Sony. No, it's not okay. Let me tell you what bothers me more and more about this gaming community, this gaming world. You know, from a person who owns every platform, every console. And what made me want to do this video, my boy Rain84 released this video today, and I've been meaning for weeks to do this video, but I've been...
He's trying to explain to you that he can't stand fanboys, but clearly somebody is already sounding like a fanboy.
Too busy with work and other things and stuff like that. I really haven't had time. I've been working on hundreds of videos that I still haven't uploaded, that I'm still converting. So much crap, man, has been really boggling my mind. But I've been meaning to say this for a while. And gaming community, you need to listen. Every community, every portion of it, especially the PlayStation community, you guys need to listen. And enough of the BS, man. I get it. You guys don't want Sony to go under. You don't want Sony to fail. You don't want Sony. We get it. Sony is struggling. We get it. They're so...
Yes, Sony's had some problems. We all know Sony has some problems, but they have had an earthquake. There was a decline in their smartphone sales. I don't know if you know this, but they sell life insurance that they're not selling very well. They had a semiconductor business, and that drug them down, on top of their other issues. But when it comes to the gaming part of Sony, what was it accounted for, their PlayStation division, I think accounted for like 78%. And that was in one of their first quarters in 2016. Profits, they generated $3.2 billion in revenue from their gaming network sales, something like that, in just 3 months. So that's 14.5%. From 2015, and that also brought in, was it 427 million, if I'm correct, in operating income, and then that was 126.3% year over year. So yeah, Sony is a huge corporation with movies and cell phones and, you know, life insurance and fucking semiconductors. But the video game division is doing fantastic and actually helping out the company. But we're already creating some narrative here, which to me makes this sound like a fanboy who's disgusted with fanboys. That's interesting.
You're bragging about console sales when this company is falling on their ass. And in the process of it, we're losing out on top of that. So you trying to favor them in the media, favor them in every which way, it's not going to save them. They've already sold 65 fucking million PlayStations worldwide in 22 other countries that the Xbox One isn't even in yet. That's what you guys not comprehending. When you're trying to compare Xbox selling 37, whatever they released the numbers the other day, 37, 39 million versus Sony 65 million. You gotta understand, Sony is in 22 other countries.
Oh,
not states, not cities, countries. 22 countries. Sony has spread themselves out worldwide to try to make money, to try to save their company.
Okay, so he's disgusted with fanboys, but now there's the narrative of Sony has spread theirself out with the PlayStation 4 to make money because Sony has done such horrible business. Yet their gaming division is doing just fine. Yet, if Microsoft is doing just fine, should Microsoft be spread out in those exact same countries when it comes to their competition? So what in the hell is this guy talking about? He's taking two different things and he's like, okay, so Sony video game consoles in more countries than Xbox. Clearly they've done that because, well, they suck at selling cell phones now and they can't sell life insurance worth of shit and their semiconductors aren't selling. Yeah. That's why they're spreading out on PlayStation 4 consoles.
And the fact that the gaming community cannot even logically comprehend that.
We're too stupid.
It's just embarrassing because you guys don't give a shit. This console war
I'm too stupid. Teach me, Black Jedi.
to try to make money to try to save their company. And the fact that the gaming community cannot even logically comprehend that. It's just embarrassing because you
It's almost embarrassing as this guy's video.
guys don't give a shit. This console war means everything to you. It's
Self-projecting
bragging
much?
rights. It's entertainment. No, man, it's bullshit.
Now remember, this guy is tired of fanboys, and he's clearly tired of the gaming community.
Them to be on a higher level to the point that everybody goes buys their content. If you go
He's
right
still
now
talking
in any
about
retail
Sony.
store, whether it be Target, Best Buy, Walmart, GameStop,
Listen.
to the point that everybody goes buys their content. If you go right now in any retail store, whether it be Target, Best Buy, Walmart, GameStop, Movie Trading Company, Entertainment Mart, you can go to any gaming company right now, one stop, whatever, stores. You can go to these stores and their shelves are just fucking bare of PS4 games. They don't have any fucking games. Everybody's like, oh, they must have sold out, man. Must be some great titles out. And da-da-da-da. They didn't have no damn games. They don't have any. There's no damn games. They got third-party central. They got an exclusive sprinkled out every once in a while. I mean, that's like...
What is this guy fucking talking about? So this guy has been in Target, Wally World, Best Buy, Fry's, you name it, he's been there. And all the PlayStation 4 games are gone. And they're not sold out. It's just because they don't have any fucking games on the console. Did he walk up to every salesperson, get them to print out some sort of store sales charts and fucking graphs? Or is he just pulling this shit out of his ass? I'm gonna say he's giving it the review tech job. I don't know, if you can't find games in the store, maybe you should look on their digital fucking network. Maybe that would let you know if they had any fucking games. But he's clearly tired of the gaming community. We are 11 minutes into this video, and he's still talking about Sony.
Still, that's why they're not selling. See, the problem with Sony is their solution to saving their company is to fuck everybody over. Let's get everything at the highest cost it is and just fucking sell it. That's their solution. It has nothing to do about...
Let's stop right there. So, Sony's, you know what we need to do? We need to price everything at the highest fucking price point and sell it. So, the Xbox games that are $59.99, you know what we should do? Well, since we're in the fucking mode, like this guy's talking about, we should price our games at $89.99. No, they're not priced at $89.99, are they? They're also $59.99, like the Xbox One games. And all the Xbox One games that are on your retail shelves that are in the $20 slot, they have PlayStation 4 games there too for $20, don't they? Yeah, and Micro Machines just came out on Tuesday, and that's $29.99 on the PlayStation 4. And if it came out on the Xbox One, I'm pretty sure it's $29.99. So what in the fuck is this guy talking about? Oh, that's right. He's just pulling this shit out of his ass. Because, of course, that's what gaming channels do. They just pull it right out of their ass. Let's continue.
Business practices, consumerism. It's nothing about that anymore. It's not about you. Yet everybody out there be, pulling Sony pants out.
Newsflash, fucko, it never was about us.
Mom, I thought video game companies sold me video games because they loved me, Mom. Mom, that fat guy on YouTube that cowers towards social justice warriors, he tells me he loves me, Mom.
For Christ's sake, have a fucking backbone, fat boy. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a different video. It's not about me.
Everybody out there be, pulling Sony pants out, zip, and going at it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. Just giving Sony head. They got their, don't, I got you, Sony, I love you. Yeah, everybody. You just...
No, I do not know what you're saying about giving a video game company head. I'm not following that scenario. I would never, ever give anybody head.
Supports their shit. It really upsets me that this company has got to a level to where the big person has got to stop giving a shit about us, man. And at the end of the day, they really have. They don't give a shit about us. You can even tell the way the dude did.
Sony doesn't give a shit about us. For Christ's sake, man, you are a grown-up playing video games thinking a company that sells you a video game gives a fuck about you. Oh, we're finally gonna get to Microsoft, thank God.
They just sold 65 million, fuck y'all sales. That's how they treated their fucking people. Microsoft came out on their press conference, 42 games, 22 exclusives, and they came out there and interacted with the audience. Spoke to everybody with dignity and respect, explained everything in detail, introduced other studios of the title of the features. They came out there and interact with the crowd. And you could see the love and passion in that room. Always.
Microsoft equals love, passion, and respect. But this guy's sick of the gaming community and the fanboys.
Crash Bandicoot, there's a major fucking difference. Congrats on that multi-plats. You know what I'm saying? But everything else, man, that they actually put their money behind, they just did it. You know what really pissing me off about them?
Please tell us. Now, after all that Sony bashing, we'll go back to what I played you at the beginning.
Talk, man. And Microsoft, you know, the thing I'm disappointed with them the most right now, which Phil Spencer said, yeah, they're working on AAA titles. I get that. But they don't put the same effort. You know what I'm saying? That's my only problem with them is they don't do the same effort. But I know right now they're trying to do so much, you know, especially with trying to combine PC with console and stuff like that. They're doing so much. And I know the AAAs.
I'll give them a pass.
Out. But Phil Spencer said, yeah, they're working on AAA titles. I get that. But they don't put the same effort. You know what I'm saying? That's my only problem with them is they don't do the same effort. But I know right now they're trying to do so much, you know, especially with trying to combine PC with console and stuff like that. They're doing so much. And I know the AAAs will eventually come out. But that's one thing I like about Sony the most is a lot of their AAAs are just fucking stellar quality games. Broke don't mean that they're just like, you know, broke don't mean you don't have no money. But when you're a billionaire and you once was a major billionaire and now...
Let's stop right there. When you're a billionaire and once you were a major billionaire, I'm pretty sure that still makes you a fucking billionaire.
That's more than a remaster. They went back and fucking redid that game. All 4 of those Halo games, every fucking same thing. They went back and redid everything, and it looks next generation. What? So you can tell from an OG Xbox version of that game to the next generation, it looks night and fucking day. The Last of Us, Heavy Rain, and all them other games don't look no fucking different. None. Oh yeah, you turned the contrast up a little bit.
Turn the contrast up a little. What? Stop. Let's stop right there. Let's break this down, okay? So, oh God, I got to do this quick too because I'm running out of time. So he just got done saying that the Halo was a complete overhaul, the whole collection, and Last of Us they turned the contrast up and you couldn't fucking tell. Meanwhile, he's upset with fanboys. Clearly, he's not a fanboy this whole time bashing PlayStation 4. He's clearly equally on both sides of the camp here. Let's talk about Halo, because I wrote some notes down, okay? So, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary is actually a port of Saber Interactive Halo. Assets didn't even receive any additional improvements over the 360, plus guns still stuck in the fucking wall, and they stuck with the original engine, which introduced some development issues. Halo Anniversary is the least polished title in the pack. Split screen drops past 30 frames. Maybe they fixed that by now. I don't know. Cutscene animation was poor. Halo 2 did get an excellent remastering. Beautiful visuals, audio, remastered, all done right. Halo 2 entire soundscapes had been crafted and remastered for that title. Halo 3 bumped up full 1920 by 1080 and improved the chunky visuals of the 360. No frills port of Halo 3 and makes no attempt at addressing any issues. Halo 4 technical showpiece on the 360 could have been a stunning Xbox One conversion, but it feels a touch unpolished and similar to Halo 3 on the collection. The HUDs didn't get anything done to them fancy. The scaling, whatever. Split screen for Halo 4 was bad. Quality varies from game to game, and Halo 2 is a great piece of work. So what in the fuck is he talking about, okay? Because clearly he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Let's talk about Last of Us. Okay, so Last of Us, just not on the PS Pro, okay? Because we got to get this in. I'm running out of time. Last of Us, 720p, 1080p for the remaster, okay? Textures, shadows, draw distance benefit from that. Fewer tree pop-ins, okay? And then the little girl has more freckles on her fucking face. 30 and 60 frames. Gameplay, more functional. Takes advantage of the DualShock 4 features. Photo mode, DLC included with price. Bonus commentary and difficulty. Remote play. Like anybody used that, but it had remote play. And then Pro, 1080, okay, super sampling, and then maybe they lost the super sampling. There was a patch there and a couple of hundred fucking problems, but eventually they got that ironed out pretty quickly. You had the Pro locked at 1080p 60. Didn't you have a 2160 by 30 frames version? Didn't you have a 1080, 1800p by 60 version? So how did that not look? You could be a complete fucking idiot, but as long as you have a pair of fucking eyes and a decent fucking TV, and you put one remaster in that's clearly been remastered like The Last of Us, and then you put Halo in, wouldn't you go, man, this Last of Us looks pretty damn good running at 2160p and 30 frames per fucking second, or running at 1800p and 60 frames per second, or better yet, running at 1080p and 60 frames per second, and this clearly looks better than Halo 3, Halo 4, the fucking reissue of fucking Halo 1 remastered from the other fucking thing, but clearly Part 2 Halo looks like it was done correctly and looks fucking fantastic. Wouldn't one game, and then the one game that's good, Halo 2, showcase how utterly shitty the other three games look on that disc? That's all I'm saying. Let's see if we can get this in.
Well, another thing that pissed me off, and I just, I already talked about enough shit, but it's how Shenmue 2 was announced. They shitted on Shenmue 2.
They shitted on Shenmue 2.
Announced Shenmue 2 on the PlayStation.
Shitted on Shenmue 2.
Was because they thought it would hype the fans up, just to know that they got an Xbox original and a Dreamcast original exclusive, and they took it from them and put it on PlayStation. That was the real reason they took that fucking game and announced it at E3.
Shit on Shenmue 2.
And what did fucking Sony say? Shit. We ain't gonna put no money behind that motherfucker, but we'll do some marketing for you. Marketing ain't gonna cost y'all shit.
Okay, let's stop right there. He said marketing doesn't cost shit. Okay, so I wrote some notes down. Okay, just in 5 months, Sony spent $59 million on PlayStation 4 ads. Plus, back in 2014, Sony spent $24 million more on advertising than Microsoft. Maybe that's why we're in that spot to fucking begin with right now. Did you ever think of that, guys? Then, back when PlayStation 4 was only at, and that was back when PlayStation 4 was only at 7 million consoles, while Microsoft claimed 5 million consoles were sold to retailers. Claimed 5 million were sold to retailers, okay? Back when Call of Duty vs. Battlefield 3 hit, one of the EA bosses said that was going to cost around $200 million in fucking marketing, and in 2015, Game Maker spent $650 million on TV ads. But what did this guy say? Marketing ain't shit. This is kind of hilarious. Let's see if I can get it all in.
Disappointed in this community, man.
He's disappointed in this community.
I need you guys to really pay attention.
Pay attention.
What's going on? And
like me.
Stop making up lies, man.
Stop making up lies.
If anything,
like
we
him.
should be fighting for Sony to really open up some of these old studios they shut down so we can get our SOCOM back, get our Fear Effect back, Siphon Filters, and all that games we grew up loving on the PlayStation. We need those titles back, man. Bring back Star Ocean and all them games. Bring that shit back,
Bring
man.
back Star Ocean.
These guys are just slacking. And they have the studio shut down.
Sony's
that Guerrilla Studio, that was a big hit. That was a big fucking hit. That's what Killzone was under. That's what Drive Club was under. That was major to lose that studio.
We lost Guerrilla.
Major.
The people that made Horizon Zero Dawn.
Man, hit that like button. If you like this video, leave me a comment below on what I said. If you didn't like what I said, you still a Sony Pony fanboy and you hate everything I say because it's the truth, hit the dislike button, man. You're going to do what you do, brother. It ain't hurt me either way. I don't get paid on YouTube. YouTube don't pay me shit. So, I mean, you thumb down
I'm
my
glad
videos
they don't pay you since you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I mean, but the truth hurts, and it's also hurting our gaming community, all right? let's strengthen this gaming community, man, with some reality, and let's get
The truth hurts, but let's strengthen the gaming community. Meanwhile, he just told you Guerrilla Games got fucking shut down. Guerrilla Games, didn't they make Horizon Zero Dawn? He just told you that Guerrilla Games made fucking Drive Club, and they got shut down. No, that was Evolution Studios, you fucking dumbass. And then he said, Star Ocean, when did that come out? I wrote a note down. The Japanese company TRI, Tri-Ace, whatever the hell they're called, published by fucking, what was that, Square Enix? Last one of those came out March 31st, 2016. What are you talking about bringing Star Ocean back for? Were you just pulling this shit out of your ass? Companies are closing out of your ass? What is this guy even fucking talking about? Oh, by the way, he's clearly not a Microsoft fanboy. We gotta get this community better. We gotta make this community work, guys.
people. Microsoft came out on their press conference, 42 games, 22 exclusives, and they came out there and interacted with the audience, spoke to everybody with dignity and respect, explained everything in detail, introduced other studios of the title of the features. They came out there and interact with the crowd. And you can see the love and passion in that room.
Love and passion?